Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode here on Talkdaily. Hopefully, you have a great day wherever you are in the world. And I'm going to dig into the story because I'm trying to make this video quick because it's hot. It's hot. I got the AC blasting, man. It's hot. It's hot in here in Southern California, man. We're not used to this. We are not used to this. And you can see that there's a picture right here, the car in the middle of the desert, and it feels literally like how my room is. And I got the AC like cranked up. Anyways, so why am I talking about this article? This article comes from Car and Drive and is written by Greg Fink. As always, I have a link to this article. Everything else I'll show you in the description below. So why am I talking about this? And the reason I'm talking about this because the maintenance of these cars is astronomical. And that's the reason why. There's nothing wrong with this car. I drove it 20,000 miles. Again, your car should not, nothing should break in 20,000 miles. As a matter of fact, all new cars should last up to 100,000 miles if you just drive them. I mean, you know, rotating tires, changing brake pads, changing oil, that is just wear and tear. That is nothing in my book that says that, oh, transmission failure, you know, engine burning excessive amount of oil. That it shouldn't be doing that. The Kia is an example of that. But something about the Kia that happened, they had a brake rotor, they had a vibration when they hit the brake, so the rotor was kind of warped. And they had a issue with the transmission not shifting smoothly, and then they had to change the oil filter, and the cabin air filter, and rotate the tires. So to me, the one that got my attention was the transmission. I'm like, uh-oh, what's wrong with the transmission? Well, they took it to the dealership updated the software. Excuse me. So the software is great. Oh, good, you updated the software. That's amazing. But to me, when I think about these things, I'm like, okay, why? So it's kind of interesting, like the software, huh? I'm not used to that, you know. I mean, to me, when the transmission is not working, it's like, oh, it's done. But that was a software tweak. Okay, remember, I'm the kind of guy that's like, can I have a manual transmission, please? I'm the software, okay? I know how to do I can change gears. Do you mind? But of course not. People like me are a dying breed, so we don't get transmissions anymore, a manual transmission. Because people are going to be, you know, doing other things when they're driving. I don't know, that's a different subject. So that's a rant for a different day. But the point is, I'm trying to get to is the cost. So the software was free. You know, good job, Kia. The software was free. But resurfacing the rotor, resurfacing the discs, and I'm assuming is the front because that's where all your braking force is at when you're going downhill, whatnot. It costs them $353 to resurface rotors, and to me is like, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. You put a rotor on, you turn on the machine, zzz, it just resurface it. I think that's a lot of money, but I was just getting new rotors. If that was my car, I don't play with the resurfacing. But why did that happen? I have no idea. And also, they make a good point here, saying it reduced the thermal capacity of the Toronto rotors, increasing the likelihood of future scoring. Because scoring happened when the thermal capacity reached its limit. That's what basically at work, the metal gets so hot, it loses temper and just wiggles a little bit, and you get the vibration. So when the brake pad is trying to catch on the rotor, you get a little vibration. That's why that's happened. And why they're probably using the brakes a lot going downhill, and I don't know, it happens. That does happen, you know. It depends on the quality of the rotor you get. For example, my older cars, I kind of use Brembos, most of it. I mean, you know, I don't get slotted or vented. I don't mess around with this stuff. I just get a solid disc because you want the maximum surface area for your brake pad to bite on, and you want it to dissipate heat as much as possible. So anyways, that's what I use, but that's a different story. So $353, that's a lot of money. And the one that caught my, you know, the one that made me go like, what, was the cost for the oil and filter change, tire rotation, and cabin air filter. $621. Obviously, they added two numbers together, okay? So they added this plus that, so that's when I got that number. But that's a lot, man. That's a lot. $268 for filter change. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Kia is not like, you know, it's the leading in price of oil changes in brands, okay? Kia is very reasonable. And I'm just saying, just the cost of things, okay? Mind you, I do all this stuff myself for like a couple of bucks. You know, I go to Walmart, get my oil filter, and go underneath the car, wrench it out real quick, drain it, call it a day. Filter, just swap. You know, it's like taking books off the shelf and then book it back in. It's that easy doing the cabin filter. So it's just crazy seeing the cost. So that was my whole point of the whole thing. If you're not aware of, if you do the thing, if you're a DIY person, you're saving yourself a whole lot of money. Now, if the car is under warranty, I understand you just take it to the dealership and get it taken care of. So, and I do believe they have a very good warranty. So, looking at the bottom, saying the service was $402, normal wear was $0, repair $533. Now, again, I'm assuming the service is just basically the oil. I don't know. They didn't charge him anything for the transmission. So there you go. Said a gearbox, updating the gearbox programming free of charge. So the other stuff cost him some money. Again, it's is this specific to Kia? I don't think so. All new cars are like that. Okay, all new cars have this situation going on. So in conclusion, well, I mean, I kind of just want to bring up points, and everybody could put their comments, let me know what the comments is in the comments below as far as what they think. But my point is, I believe these cars are going to be quite expensive in the future, long-term ownership, just due to the fact that they're going to have, it's not going to be repairing them. It's not going to be as easy to do, with just like a, basic hand tools. Okay, I do believe the brake wearing out is just, it's a mechanical thing, but it could be also associated to traction control, could be associated with the cruise control, the guide of cruise control, so the brakes kept getting applied maybe aggressively. Because I've driven, when I'm talking about that area, I've driven there in Colorado, I've driven in all these the Midwest, Nevada, go all the way to the Grand Canyon, and that's a pretty good inclines. You're going downhill a lot, and if you have that automatic cruise control, radar guided cruise control, it does apply the brakes by itself. So it could be constant using the brakes going downhill. I don't know. There's a million reasons why this could happen, but I don't know. I have a feeling that these cars are not going to be as easy to maintain as older cars. I'm talking about like a 2008 car, 2010 car. It's just it's way too early to come up with this assumption. I'm just putting it out there thinking that these cars might be a little bit too complicated, in my opinion. Having a compared 2010 vehicle. It's just my assumption. Now, beside that, good job for Kia that took care of the car, and they're really happy with it. I mean, honestly, in conclusion, they drove it a lot, and they're going to drive it all the way up to 40,000 miles. So, not having issues with it. As I said, when I resurfaced the rotor, they don't have the complaint about the vibration is gone over the brake pedal. And as I said, they're going to go up to 40,000 miles. They're going to keep it up to that point. So, and now they're going to take it to in heavy traffic in Southern California. I'm very familiar with that. A traffic heavy Southern California. Yes, that's lovely. The 405, the 110, the 10. Oh yeah, that car's gonna have a lot of fun up there. As far as the MPG of this vehicle was 24 miles per gallon, which is respectful. And yeah, so yeah, nothing else wrong with it. And again, I was just talking about just the cost. That thing made me. That's the thing that made me rotate. A lot of money. So anyways, again, I know if you have an Audi and you take a dealership, it costs a lot more. So it's just interesting to see the cost and what it is when you do it yourself. It's extremely different. Okay, oil is like $30. Oil filter, $5. You have a jack stand, just swapping tires, doing oil. Yeah, it's probably like an hour of your time, a couple of cold beers, and you're good to go. So anyway, it's just interesting to see. Anyway, as always, be safe out there, stay cool, and I will catch you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.